friend. Welcome back to the craft table at Sunny Mile Studio. Lately I've been needing a lot of thank you cards, and I really like this design, so I thought I'd show you how I made this today. And I'm actually going to paint today. A couple videos I haven't painted recently. I've just been showing how to draw things. But today I want to show you. I go in with a pencil, and this is actually, I think it's like 3 inches by 3 inches. And I just start in the corner. I kind of draw out the border. And I leave some little spaces for flower petals to go in. Just giving it a rough edge here. Something like this. And then I'm going to write the thank you part next. This is a font where everything is kind of, I don't know what that's called, but everything is kind of pushed up high. Like on the A, the part that goes across is high. And on the K, it's up taller. And once I get the thank you on there, and this could be a happy birthday or congrats or whatever card you need. And then I start adding the flowers. And I just start with circles and then just drawing 5 little wonky petals. And some bigger than others. This one I'll make big. And then some other ones that kind of have 5 petals but are really kind of skinny. It's kind of a pathetic flower. It doesn't have many petals, but I think it's cute. Anyway, these are whatever kind you want to create flowers. I wonder what flowers are out where you live. Right now we have rhododendrons and we have peonies, which those have been gorgeous. I've seen some really big pink ones with just really full blossoms. They smell really good too. We've had quite a bit of pollen too, which we have those cottonwood trees. I don't know if you have those, but those make my throat a little funny and my voice a little funny. And sometimes my eyes, if I'm around them too long, get a little irritated. But it's the price you pay for the beautiful springtime sometimes. Fortunately, when it rains, that helps bring the cottonwoods down. I think I might have liked to move that over a little bit. But you get the idea. I'm just adding more and more flowers. And I like the look with the pencil and painting over it. And it's just my personal preference. It looks kind of sketchy or illustrative to me. And these, I just made these little buttons. I don't know why. Just, it looked like it needed something in these spaces. Just kind of fill it in. If it was fall, I would have drawn acorns or something like that. But I don't know why buttons came to mind. Draw one more down here. And today I'm using the Kuretake Art Nouveau paints. And if you're looking for paints, I don't get any commission or anything, but I've painted with these for several years and I love them and they last a long time. This set I think I've had for 1.5 years. And you can see some pans look like I've barely touched them. And then others I've done a couple projects where I use the pink quite heavily, but there's still a lot of life left in this, and I think they're only like $35 or $40 so they'll last you a couple years. I like them because you can get really saturated colors, which sometimes you can't with other brands, and they're not chalky. Sometimes the cheaper ones can be a little bit chalky. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but you know when you're painting with them, they kind of drag funny on your brush and on the paper. Alright, so I've got it sketched out, and now I'm going to add some color. And I think I'm going to start with that thank you, because the words are always the part I mess up first. And I'm going to go in with this brown. Need to add a little bit more water in here. And what was I going to say? I'm going to try to stick to that brown and the cream and the pinks. So you get just enough paint, but not too much. I'm just going to go right over that. Okay, we made it through. I'm going to kind of start up at the top left and work my way across and down. That way my hand doesn't smudge. And I'm going to make a little bit of this, I'm in the camera here, a little bit of this coral color. And I'm going to mix, this is called Carmine. Let me get my palette here so you can see what I'm doing. There, I'm in the camera now. Okay, a little bit of this carmine and some of this yellow. Which one is this? This is cadmium yellow. This is from my other Kiritaki set that has just more regular colors. Adding those together kind of makes this corally peachy color. And if it's too dark, you can add a little bit of white to it if you like. Yeah, that's about how I like it. So I'm going to do this upper one. With that color. Then I'm going to go in with that light pink. Get the colors back over so you can see a little. Going in with this light pink. And then I'm going to use, I think I'll use like a medium pink. And then the cream. Maybe I'll move this out a little. I don't know which you like better, closing up where I'm painting or so you can see the paints. I'm using this cream, and the center of the flowers are going to be this beige. I'll put it back so you can see what I'm painting. And I'm just loosely going in these pencil marks. It doesn't have to be fully filled in. And I'm going to go back to that medium pink. And then that coral again. It's a pretty color, I like that one. I love pink, but I also love blue too. I grew up with 2 brothers, and I have 2 sons, so I've had a lot of boys in my life. So I'll take advantage of any of the pink that I can. I'm going to go in with this what's it called? What is it called? Oh boy. Alizarin Crimson. That's a mouthful. It's funny. Crimson I normally think of more as like burgundy, but maybe, I don't know. Oops. Okay, so when you go off a little bit too much, you can just grab a little paper towel and dab a little. Wow, that was a lot. And I might actually move to my smaller brush on this one. That I'm gonna mop up that little, and you can add a little water. There. See, we fixed it. Good as new. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit smaller brush to make these skinnier leaves. And I'm gonna paint, oh, way too much paint. And that happens, just dab your brush off and go in with a little bit more water. And I'm gonna add brown up here to the middles. That one's dry. This one's not dry, but I'm not going to touch the pink. How did this one get dry already? That's funny. Okay, this big pink one, what color did I use? Oh, I think that looks like this color. I think it's, get it on the screen, I think it's this one, but watered down a little. So I'll put it in my palette and add a little bit of water. Yeah, that's the color. No, this brush is too small. Let's see. Finish this guy. Do you still send cards in the mail? I'm curious. Let me know. I send them to definitely all my older family and friends because they appreciate that. But I find like my nephews and people that are younger, I end up sending texts just because I know they'll read it that day or at that moment, and we'll catch up a little texting back and forth. But I really do like sending cards, and I think it's nice to sit down and think about the person and what you appreciated, or just sending some kind words. And let's see, the last one, I'm going to do light pink. I haven't done him over here. So, then, oh, we gotta do this. Oh, I did it again. Too much paint. And I gotta fill in these centers. Trying to give it a little bit of shading there, putting a little bit darker along the top. Oh, not that much. So, something like that. There, and so you could leave it like this. You could go in, where'd my pencil go? You could go in with your pencil and give it some more lines. Just thicken that up a little. if you want to, you can go around this. So you could leave it like that, or you could go around, I don't know which I like better. This one I went around it with the brown. You can decide which way you like to do it. And then when I put it on the card, because it's not the normal size that I paint on, it looked a little, I'll pull it out, it looked a little like something was missing down here. No matter how I centered it, it looked funny, even sideways. So then I decided I would take a piece the same width but narrower and just make a little thing of flowers and glue that down there. What do you think of that idea? I think it kind of fills in that space and makes it look more even, or I don't know, more finished somehow. So for this one, I just started in the center and then drew these 4-petal flowers. I did wonky shapes and sizes. And then I just turned it like this and drew a little vine here. And gave it some little leaves. Okay, and then let's see, I painted it. I went into the centers with like a pink. And I mean, you could just leave it like that, I suppose. If you didn't do the brown outline, that might look okay. I think I went in with the cream here on this other one. So I think if you don't outline it, I think I would leave that pencil as is. But if you do outline it, that I would go over the leaves with the brown. Either way, they're cute. I had one more thought and it's gone, so I will finish up here. I hope you have a great day, and I'll look forward to painting again with you soon. Take care.